Hey everybody, we're going to do some perennial pollinator seeds planting today. So about 2 months or so ago, I got a bunch of seeds, a ton of seeds for the pollinator garden that I'm putting in at the new house. I've got liatris, I've got lovegrass, goldenrod, Joe Pye, New York ironweed, purple top vervain, echinacea, common milkweed, spotted bee balm, rudbeckia, yarrow, nepeta, Queen Anne's lace, hyssop, just a bunch of different stuff. Some mountain mints, swamp sunflower, a ton of stuff. Anyway, some of the stuff needs cold stratification. And if you're not familiar with what that is, some of the pollinator, or some plants in general, that flower and produce seeds in the fall, the seeds will have a really hard cover on them. And it's kind of their way of protecting the seed. I'm sorry I'm squinting. The sun is like right in my face. But the seed has a hard casing, and it's the natural way of the plant protecting the seed, since the seed would fall in the fall and won't germinate until the spring. The ground is cold and wet, all fall, half the fall, whatever, all winter long. A normal seed like a sunflower seed or something most likely would rot in the cold, wet soil. So what these plants do, they have this hard protective covering. So they'll last all through the winter. And as the temperatures go up and down, the ground thaws, it freezes, it gets wet, dries out, freezes. The covering on these seeds eventually soften enough to where in the springtime, when it's the optimal growing conditions, they'll flush back out, or the seed will flush up, excuse me, grow and produce the plant and flower, and we start the whole cycle again. So for some of these plants, you can either, if you were going to grow them from seed, you can either just seed them in the fall in the ground and let them naturally stratify, or you could sort of simulate that by doing it indoors and planting in the springtime when you're ready. That's what I've done. I just did one tray right here. I didn't show you how to do this one, but I'll show you how to do the other tray, which is the exact same. So what I've done is, when I got my seeds, I took the seeds, I put them, well, I should say I took a paper towel at first. So I got a little sandwich baggie with my label on it. I took a paper towel, I got it really damp. I didn't get it dripping, soaking wet, but I got the paper towel super damp. And then I took the seed, I opened the pack of seeds up, and I just sprinkled them on a paper towel. Then I took that paper towel, folded it in half again to make a little square. Then I took this, which was now wet paper towel, and I did the same thing and put it in a dry paper towel. So I have a wet paper towel inside of a dry paper towel inside of a Ziploc bag. Stuck it in the refrigerator for a couple months, walked away. I honestly didn't touch them until today, this morning, or this afternoon, when I took them out of the refrigerator to put some seeds down. So, I haven't even looked at this one yet. We can look at it together. When I open it up, open up the second one. That was the dry one. Here's the second one. There is all my seed. So, what we'll do, this one, this is purple lovegrass, and it sits on top of the soil. So I'll just take it, I can make this work, and just gently brush all my seed off into my cell. I use these bigger ones because I end up transplanting everything. Nothing left, it all of it came off. So I seed into these bigger flats And then as I thin them out, I'll put them into cell packs. You could direct sow into cell packs if you wanted to, individual cells. It doesn't matter what I'm growing, cucumbers or zinnias, there always seems to be one or two in a flat that don't come up, and my OCD bothers me. Every cell has to have a plant in it, so I do it this way so I can put a plant in every cell. So again, sitting right on top of the surface. We don't want to put any dirt on top of them because they like light to germinate. And I'll gently press that in. We'll take our spray bottle, give it a little spray. That's it. Before I forget what I seeded, because I always do, we'll write this down and we'll do the next one. Purple lovegrass. Boom, done. Our next one we could do some hairy mountain mint. These actually I didn't cold stratify. I just got these a couple of weeks ago. We're gonna try these anyway and see what happens. Should I have? Yeah, probably should have. But I didn't, because honestly, I didn't. So we'll just, whoops, gently squeeze these guys out into a flat little cell here. And mountain mint needs light to germinate. So again, we'll just gently press everybody down. Make sure they have good soil contact. Give them a little spray. And go about our way. These I'm going to grow, or I'm going to bring them back inside the house. Which one was that one? I'm going to bring these inside and put them under my grow lights with the other perennials that I've got going. What do I have? These are all, where am I? Here we go. So what I have in there now that started germinating the other day, some Shasta daisies, spotted bee balm, black-eyed Susans, wild bee balm, fistulosa, Queen Anne's lace, some blue hyssop, a bunch of other stuff. But all of these are already inside. They've been inside for 2 weeks or a week. Might have seeded them last weekend. Honestly, I don't remember. But they started coming up the other day. These 2 trays will go on the bottom rack in my growing racks inside under lights. And then probably in about a month, everything from inside the flowers will go outside to the greenhouse. And then the only stuff left inside will be the really warm season stuff. Tomatoes, peppers, actually just tomatoes and peppers because it's still way too early to even think about starting stuff like cucumbers or anything like that. My peppers just started coming up Wednesday or Thursday, and I'll probably start the tomatoes maybe next weekend, if not for sure the following weekend. But they get transplanted a couple times and they end up in 1-gallon pots before they go into the garden. So when I plant those tomatoes outside, they're good, before they get planted, probably 18 inches to 20 inches. And then after they get planted, probably a foot, 16 inches. Maybe less than that. They get planted as deep as I can go. But as far as the seeds, that's how I do it. I've got some more stuff to do here, and we'll have everything. I think, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8. And then I've got 16 in there, different ones in there now. So that's 24, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have about 30 to 32 different pollinator plants and flowers growing out, and that will eventually in the fall get planted out into the garden in the front. Right now there's nothing there. we moved in. It was October. This past October was a year. I converted that area from turf to a bed. I piled it up with wood chips, and they've been sitting, aging, breaking down, getting everything ready to go. So this fall, everything that I'm seeding now, I'll grow out through the summer and will get planted um, either late summer or in the fall outside. Anyway, that's how I have seeded all this stuff, or will continue to do so. Um, if there's any questions, feel free to ask. Um, the biggest thing I would say is, like, when you're planting the stuff, as stupid as it sounds, to pay attention to the seed packets, because some stuff, we'll say the blazing star, the prairie blazing star, right? That one needs sunlight to germinate. It's got to be on the surface. If you cover it with soil, it's not going to grow. It's not going to germinate. Which one? It needs light. I don't know. You just got. Oh, here we go. Regular generic purple coneflower, echinacea, 1/4 inch deep. So you would bury that one 1/4 inch deep. This one needs sunlight. So obviously, as stupid as it sounds, read the pack. It's there for a reason. So anyway, that's all I've got. I'm going to continue to plant this, and we'll go from there. Again, any questions, anything you'd like to see, please comment, let me know. And if I could ask for you to do one thing, man, that sun is bright. I didn't think this through. It was cloudy when I started. Subscribe, like, share. I'd really like to try to get this channel to grow. It's something I really wanted to do for a while. I finally decided to do it. It's going to take a while, I know this, but you know, each person that subscribes means a lot, and eventually I'd like to grow this. Once I reach, I think it's 50 people, you can start doing live videos, and that's something I'd really like to start doing too. And we can go from there. But again, thank you for watching, and if you don't mind, like, subscribe, spread the channel, and we'll go from there. Thank you.